Welcome in to the Fans Only Sports Network for the continuation of the URI Frat Classic. Charlie Adams here on play-by-play for our sixth game here from Boss Ice Arena. The fans on their feet as we drop the puck for another 20 minutes of running clock action. And the clock will tick down this entire period as TDX/ZBT take on Cap Sig. It's Cap Sig in the green with red shoulders and TDX/ZBT in the yellow. Very bright yellow, hard to miss it as we get underway with game action. Cap Sig comes in as the number 1 seed, taking on the number 8. We'll just call him TDX for sure. Why not? Got to pick one at this point as an early shot attempt is swallowed up and a save made. Kappa Sigma probably up there for the best jerseys in this whole thing with names and numbers. Going all out here as from the point, shot ripped across. And another save made. .5 left to play. We'll go through the roster here. We got Brady Keeler, Noah Betcott, Owen Rosas, Will Dwyer, Justin Romaska, Alex Wildgoose, Robbie Schuster, Will Shirelli, Damian Maltezo, Yusuf Allah, and Harrison Palmer rounding out ZBT/TDX. Puck brought up through the neutral zone, now controlled by Cap Sig in their own end. Speaking of Cap Sig, captains Cam Koretsky and Cole Deletti captaining the team here. And alongside them, Jack Ryan, John Bishop, Rob Myshoff, Mac Dunn, Nick Gamba, Augustus Frankwicht, Will Brew, Matt Preet, Colin Dos Santos, and your goaltender, Declan Flynn. But one to watch out for more than most, their guest player, Shane Mulhern from the URI hockey team. He should play a big role as we're 3 minutes across now in the first and only period here from Boss Ice Arena. Quarterfinals action before we move to our semis as a goal scored for TDX/ZBT. Striking first on the 1 seed, and they lead it 1-0. Hot start for the underdogs here. Coming out and getting an opening goal across, and it's important who can strike first and take over that momentum early. And here, TDX/ZBT, the ones to do so. And now we'll get a stop. It's a bounce back here for Declan Flynn, giving up the opening goal. And now play from the neutral zone with just over 15 minutes to go. And there with that collision, we're going to get our first penalty of the game. Off to the penalty box for Cap Sig is the captain, Cole Deletty, off the ice here with 15:15 to go. It's a TDX power play as they look to build on a 1-goal lead. So we will stop the clock for the penalty. Fans on either side of the rink on their feet taking in the action as we resume play with a power play in favor of TDX/ZBT. This is the longest name to go off. I got to stop saying the slash or find a way to get around it as TDX now into the neutral zone. Along the glass and into the corner through the crowd of people fighting along the boards. And a good clearance from Cap Sig. All the way down the ice, and now ZBT, TDX resetting, bringing it back onto the attack, taken away, off to the neutral zone. Now 1-on-2 on the penalty kill, looking for a shorthand, weaving through, and the pass picked off. John Bishop unable to find a man there. With under a minute to go now on the power play chance, the puck will jump out of play. And we'll stop the clock. So my first game here, after Tim Duffy had you covered for games 1 through 6, and you don't get off easy on these penalties. You'll sit there for every second that you're meant to, with the clock stopping during the penalty kill. So still 45 seconds left as TDX controls in the attacking zone, and now here comes Mulhern poking the puck free. He's down the ice. Save made. You knew he'd be a valuable player for Kappa Sigma. He almost showed exactly why there. Now 20 seconds to go on the power play chance for TDX. Down to the final 10 seconds as Cap Sig once again into the attacking zone here on the penalty kill. The final 5, and it looks like that'll wrap up the chance here as the puck trickles down the ice and will come to rest for an icing. And now we can let the clock continue to wind down with the penalty officially expired. So 0 for 1 on the power play, but still ahead 1-0. As we'll take an attacking zone face-off for Kappa Sigma. Along the boards. See all the fans in front blocking your view at home. As Mulhern controls the puck in the corner, he'll move it up to the blue line. Now back underneath. Less than 12 and a half minutes to go here in the first period, and again, only period here from Boss Ice Arena in our quarterfinals. Final matchup, the 1 seed taking on the 8 seed, looking to move to the semis coming up next. As a giveaway down the ice. A poor pass nearly created a breakaway chance, but Cap Sig recovering nicely. Now taking the time in their own end. A long pass down the ice gets by everybody and is no icing. Looked for a second like they might have called it, but no. We play on here with a spin around try from Bishop, now back behind the goal Wrapped up to the wing. Now 2-on-1 chance here for TDX. Buried it! TDX, ZBT up 2-0 on the number 1 seed, Cap Sig. Another breakaway, another score. We return to center ice here with just over 10 minutes to go in the game. And TDX is right back onto the attack. Couple more opportunities, and Cap Sig into the neutral zone, tripped up, and we'll have a delayed penalty as Bishop trying to get a stick off of his skate. And he finally is able to. And we're getting the penalty here for TDX ZBT. And with 10:27 remaining in the game, it's a power play chance for Cap Sig, and they need it bad. Not 5 minutes. Don't get too ahead of yourself. Two-minute penalty on the board and ticking away here. And it's a power play chance on the other side of it. As Cap Sig starting off the penalty with the puck in the attacking zone, now kicked off into the neutral zone. Cut back, heading up the center of the ice. Mulhern pushing the pace. Skating behind the goal and leaving it out in front, can't be sent on target. And now TDX ZBT through the neutral zone onto the attack. Mulhern grabs up the puck once again with under a minute to go on the power play chance. Back on the attack for Cap Sig. And we're going to get an offsides whistle here with 9:09 to play. .43 seconds to go on the power play. As we drop the puck back underway here. Over halfway through our 20-minute running clock as Cap Sig enjoys 30 more seconds of a man advantage. Will Brew moves the puck, gets it over to Nick Gamba, and Gamba will be chasing the puck back into his own end. 10 seconds to go now on the power play. Final 5 with one more shot opportunity from the wing. We're back to even action on the ice. And now ZBT and TDX working into the attacking zone once again, poking at it in front of the goal, and the stop made. Declan Flynn making the save. Now with under 7.5 minutes left to go here. Cap Sig back onto the attack, and getting on the board. A goal to cut the deficit in half. Finding their way into the scoring column. Thanks to who but Shane Mulhern. So we'll return to center ice now with a 2-1 game. And quickly, we're getting a penalty called here, and it's gonna send Cap Sig back on the power play. So it's the second power play of the game now for Cap Sig. More fans filing in to Boss Ice Arena as the power play underway for Cap Sig, and a shot missed wide. Another chance, this one knocked away behind the goal. Time taken behind the goal. Worked into the corner. Brought out in front. A shot from the wing. One save made. Still poking for it. The puck was whistled dead. Now some pushing and shoving after a play. And they're going at it here in the Fraternity Classic. A lot of people in the way in the crease, pushing for the puck, and now once it was whistled dead, pushing after the play as well. Cooler heads prevailing with the referees getting involved. We'll see what the referees do about it. Looking at reactions from around the rink. Penalty door open for TDX ZBT. Goalie making it his way to his bench for Cap Sig as Declan Flynn heads over as the referees still discussing things with the, it looks like, entire ZBT TDX squad. And now they'll discuss with Cap Sig. Still a minute 26 to go on the power play. And there's the man who's in the penalty box skating around here, enjoying a little bit of freedom while the referee's still discussing things here at Boss Ice Arena. Long discussion. I mean, it wasn't that bad, let's be honest. It wasn't horrible. I've seen worse. But we still discuss things here. Make sure nothing happens, nothing continues especially. And take the time to thank you for tuning in here on Fans Only Sports Network for this Fraternity Classic Hockey Tournament. Let's finally get to the bottom of this, huh? We don't got all day. We already have the championship game scheduled for 11 p.m. Let's figure it out. Still discussing things. Now everyone being democratic, talking to one another. How about that? Kappa Sigma and TDX CBT represented in that huddle with the referee, as there's still a full discussion being had in front of the TDX ZBT goal. count 2, 4, 6, 8 skaters, including the goaltender, out there in the circle listening in. Team in the yellow is the team that's winning. So they got a lot to lose here. No one wants to go on the penalty here. Or you don't even want to continue to speculate, but after all that, nothing changes. We have 4 on the ice for TDX CBT, and Cap Sig skates back with their 5. The power play continues. That was a whole lot of nothing, folks. But I expect if we see something like that again, as we see our second Cap Sig goal. This one on the power play. It's a tied up game. The captain, Cam Koretsky, evens the score here with just over 5.5 minutes to go. No more power play. A power play goal for Koretsky as we drop back into game action. Puck stopped up at the blue line and flips over. So Cap Sig going to have to tag up here at the neutral zone, abandoning the puck as TDX ZBT brings it back through. Mulhern makes a move and leaves the puck behind. And now we'll head to the bench. New skaters coming on. Hit connecting there for Matt Preet. And now a big hit on the other end. All right, folks. After some technical difficulties, looks like we're back here live on the Fans Only Sports Network. Apologies for the connection issues, but hopefully we'll be all good for the remainder here. And we're going to get a whistle stopping play with 2:38 to go as Boss Ice Arena continues to fill up. And we're going to move to a 4-on-4 now for the next minute 42. 4-on-4 action. Anyone's guess who that will help out. A lot of extra ice space open here. We get ready to drop the puck back into play. It's an attacking zone face-off, and a shot sent in quickly, and the save made as we'll stop the clock on the 4-on-4. Back underway, 2.5 minutes to go. 1-goal lead for Cap Sig, and right into the crease looking for another, and the play whistled dead already. Right as it looked like Cap Sig might have got across. And the Kappa Sigma fan base not enjoying the call. Koretsky will take the face-off as play resumes on the 4-on-4. Down the ice, puck picked off in the neutral zone. Skated back by Deletti. And TDX ZBT back with possession here. Minute 15 to go on the 4-on-4. Then we'll have some power play chance left for Cap Sig on the other side. Charlie Adams here for the Fans Only Sports Network. from Boss Ice Arena as Cap Sig with Shane Mulhern, their guest player, skating around, taking up time. Not much left after the hot start for TDX ZBT. Held scoreless through 3 unanswered goals. 1 from Mulhern and 2 from Cam Koretsky. Has Cap Sig out in front in our quarterfinals action. And now the puck pinned up in the corner with under 30 seconds to go of 4-on-4 action. Down the ice, puck picked up along the boards. And now in the wing. Final 10 seconds here of 4-on-4 action. Pass down in front. Bruise opportunity knocked away. Another chance out in front. No good. Now just seconds to go on the power play remaining for Cap Sig. And the final seconds ticking away. 5 seconds to go until we're back to even action. Slowly skating out of the crease. Might see a 6-on-5 here for the final 30 seconds. And it looks like we'll stay put with the puck in the neutral zone. Pass back and forth. Maybe one last breath here for TDX ZBT. But putting a lid on the puck is Declan Flynn. And time will tick away for the final seconds of the game. The running clock hurts the final chances here as it rings out, and it's a win for Cap Sig in the quarterfinals. Hard fought for the 1 seed to get past the number 8 seeded TDX ZBT. Came out with 2 goals early, but quickly recovering and showing why they're the top seed. Cap Sig holds on for the win. Koretsky gets 2, and Shane Mulhern finishes off the scoring as we'll step aside and be back with Game 8 of our slate here from Boss Ice Arena. We'll be back in just a moment with more hockey action of this Frat Classic. Semifinals action coming up next. Cap Sig advances with the 3-2 win. Welcome back in to the Fans Only Sports Network as Theta Chi takes on Kappa Sigma in our first semifinals game. Charlie Adams on play-by-play for the University of Rhode Island Frat Classic. Let's take a look at this bracket, huh? Didn't want to put it up like that. We'll put it up correctly in a second. See here our semifinals matchups. Kappa Sigma takes on Theta Chi. SAE takes on Teak/Delta Chi. Coming up next. But first, let's get through our first semifinals game. It's ready to get going. 20 minutes on the clock. It starts now. Cap Sig, the number 1 seed, gets stuck with playing back-to-back games. Don't know how they managed to end up with that, but that's where we are. Back-to-back games for Kappa Sig. Right off of a 3-2 win that involved that man, Shane Mulhern, scoring the first goal. Still on the scoreboard even. And Theta Chi taking the puck down the ice. And now tripped up, and no penalty coming, as we'll play on with 9 minutes here. Not sure how we ended up with a 10-minute period. We'll see if we do 2 10s this time. Up and through the quarterfinals, we were playing 20-minute periods, and that was that. Here we got 10 minutes from the get-go, as puck controlled by Theta Chi, bounced off the boards, the number 11. We have names, no numbers on the Theta Chi roster, so almost helpful. Stick loose on the ice. We do have names and numbers for Cap Sig, but for Theta Chi, they have Jack O'Brien, Max LaRoche, Will Ganask, Josh Souza, alongside Robbie Kenyon, Brendan McDonald, and Jacob Goodwin. Their guest player, Jonathan Shaw. It's a strong guest player. And we'll run through Cap Sig's roster one more time. Cam Koretsky, Cole Deletti, your captains, alongside Jack Ryan, John Bishop, Rob Meischkoff, Mac Dunn, Nick Gamba, Augustus Frank Wicks, Will Brew, Matt Preet, Colin Dos Santos, and Declan Flynn in goal, with Shane Mulhern, the guest player for Cap Sig. Now Theta Chi on to the attack, bringing the puck close, and a save made for Declan Flynn. Now, if there's someone who might benefit from this back-to-back game action, it's definitely Declan Flynn, getting to stay warm between games and come right back between the pipes. Brought through the neutral zone. Poked forward, and now a chance opening up into the corner. Carried out over to Mulhern. He'll wrap it back underneath, and Theta Chi takes away the puck. 6.5 to go here in our first period, with a shot whistling wide of the goal off to the corner. Back up now from the wing, deflected away again. Another save made for Declan Flynn. Kappa Sigma had to wait a while to get in their first game in Game 7, and now back in action in Game 8 for the semifinals. And Kopetsky takes a shot, one save made, and helmet comes flying off of the goaltender, who had it knocked off by a stick. Was it a stick of a Kappa Sigma player or a Theta Chi teammate? You know exactly who Theta Chi thinks it was on, but nothing will come of it. So we'll take it right back to the face-off circle. And Koretsky wins the draw. Mulhern from the wing, knocked away. Now Mulhern makes the pass, and it's taken away by Theta Chi. On to the attack. Whistling past everyone. Along the boards now, in the neutral zone. Carried back onto the attack. Chance whipped wide and into the netting, out of play. 5 minutes to go here in the first period. Theta Chi wins the face-off in the attacking zone. Controlled up towards the blue line and sent underneath. They even have a player with no number, a couple of them actually. So who knows how useful putting numbers and names would have been. And puck played up along the boards. Theta Chi in their own end controlling the puck. Now trickling back to Cap Sig territory. Under 4 minutes to play here. We're keeping shots on goal, I just noticed. Right now, 2-2. Some hard work in the scorer's box here at Boss Ice Arena. Taking care of shots on goals for these games. As we'll get play whistled for again here. Less than 3.5 to go. Somehow our clock got way ahead. Pull that back in the line a little. Face-off coming here for Theta Chi. No score yet. Poking for it out in front. Another chance. Can't be sent online. Still looking for our first goal in this one with over 2 minutes to go. And Theta Chi will bring it up the far side boards. Clock continues to tick down, approaching 1.5 minutes to go in the first period. And Cap Sig back into its own end. Shot deflected away. Theta Chi spending time in the attacking zone. And the puck's cleared out. Stays in on the blue line and will wrap back the other way. Coming out of the crease. Theta Chi stops the puck up. 35 seconds to go on the clock. Back in the attacking zone. The shot from the point knocked away. And a breakaway. And a dirty move to take the lead. Backhanded up top. And Cap Sig leads 1-0. Shane Mulhern making it look easy. "12 seconds left on the clock in this first period. And the clock expires. And we're going to get a 2-minute intermission. We'll be right back after one. Cap Sig up 1-0. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Fans Only Sports Network. A 1-0 lead for Cap Sig as we move to the second period. Shane Mulhern gets the goal in the first as we drop the puck back into play. And in the neutral zone, Theta Chi controls. And Theta Chi bringing it on to the attack here. Working for the puck, and nothing comes of it. And another chance here coming. Wiped off his feet. And we'll get a whistle with the puck covered up here. Eight and a half minutes to go in the second period. 1-0, Cap Sig in front. And Cap Sig just beat TDX/ZBD to get here. For Theta Chi, they faced off against TEP/Sig Pi. Bringing in the win there to punch the ticket to the semifinals. With 8 minutes to go in the second period, another shot on goal. Seven and a half left to play in the second period, and nearly a wide open goal. Down the ice, another chance here for Cap Sig, and the save made. 1-0. Stays the score with the stoppage. At least a stoppage in game action, not on the clock. 7 minutes tick away as we gear up for the attacking zone face-off for Cap Sig. Mulhern passes the puck along, and now back with it in the attacking zone, controlling it around the post, and we'll get play whistled for. Goal comes off its mooring. First I've seen it here today. Shots on goal, 9 in favor of Cap Sig to Theta Chi's 8. Thank you to everyone tuned in, following along here on the Fans Only Sports Network. Semifinals with our championship coming up shortly. We're getting there, slowly but surely. As the puck trickles in and it's covered up. Down the ice and skating after it. Cap Sig picks it up in their own end. Picked up by Augustus Frankwicks. Now wrapped around the boards by Koretsky. Cap Sig working quickly up the ice. Mulhern being hounded for the puck. He's able to keep it on sides in the corner. Down the ice, hand raised, no icing, and now we'll get the call. Under 5 minutes to go in the second period. Puck's dropped in and moved into the corner. Cap Sig, pass to Preet. Into the crease, the goal's off its moorings thanks to Theta Chi. And now Cap Sig frustrated as it could have prevented a scoring opportunity here. Stops the clock with 3:42 to go in the second period. And trickling in, Cap Sig up 2-0. Quickly after the face-off, Kappa Sigma with an insurance goal from Frankwicks. Something they did not have in their quarterfinals game. Now a 2-0 cushion. Right back onto the attack. And another great look, and nearly tripped up by the goaltender. That's what it looked like from here. Mac Dunn had an out in front chance. Cap Sig won't let up, and a backhanded no-look score for Frankwicks, his second of the game. Skating to retrieve the puck, and he flicks it right behind him and puts away a third goal for Cap Sig. And as it goes on, it gets more and more clear why they're the #1 seed, playing back-to-back, something no other team in this tournament's been asked to do. And they haven't flinched once. .50 seconds left to play in the second period. Final 10 seconds ticking away, or excuse me, 15 seconds ticking away, with a 3-0 lead in favor of Cap Sig. And that'll do it. Cap Sig punches their ticket. They're headed to the championship game. We'll pull up the graphic again here as they await the winner of SAE and Theta Chi. As both teams now are lining up with your final score, 3-0, Cap Sig takes it over Theta Chi as everyone files in for our second semifinals matchup coming up next on the Fans Only Sports Network. We'll be right back with that action in about 20 minutes. We'll see you then. Welcome back into the Fans Only Sports Network as SAE takes on Kappa Sigma. Charlie Adams alongside Ryan McNiff doing the camera work. As, again, the bracket wants to make itself known. We'll get to it in a second. 10 minutes on the clock. First period getting ready to get going. SAE takes on Kappa Sigma. And surely this is for the championship. Cap Sig back on the ice. 3 games in a row for Cap Sig. Playing 20-minute games, so basically full game of hockey at this point. 20-minute, and now a couple of 10-minute periods. Just slow things down a little. But this team's still been going through it, and I have to assume this is the championship game at this point. I thought we were going to see Teak versus SAE, but that never happened. As the puck trickling along the crease. And now back on the other end, Cap Sig can't get a clean shot off. And near the post, poking for it, and a cover made. And the flag waving for SAE as the face-off coming with Brew taking the draw. Now another save on the other end as Flynn stops the puck. And now Kappa Sigma up the ice and a late poke away. Looked like Lakazi got a piece of it. And Jack Drohead now through the neutral zone. And SAE buries the first goal of the game. In the slot and scoring it. SAE fired up in the stands, fired up on the ice. They lead 1-0 here in the first period. And Ryan Godfrey, who had the overtime goal to punch SAE's ticket to this game over Phi-Psi, now gets them out in front to start this one, and another near chance as plays whistled for. Looking over SAE's roster, and it's pretty clear it's the most hockey or Rhode Island club hockey players that you'll find on a team. Michael Lakazi, Ryan Godfrey, Ethan Cordero, Matt Gerard, Ryan DiGirolamo, Jacob Castana, Jacob Pedro, Jackson Launt, Maxim Gerasimov, Nick Marangola, and Ronan Judge. And if that wasn't enough, their honorary player, Cam Sear, the freshman standout for URI hockey, as Marangola does the goaltending with Kappa Sig looking to tie up the game. Puck picked up behind the goal by Mulhern. Moved towards the neutral zone, picked off at the blue line. Now the chance. Just wide of the goal, wrapping around the boards. Controlled at the wing. A pass over. And the stoppage made. Clock continues to tick down, of course. But let's take a quick look at the bracket for this tournament. Here in our championship, Kappa Sigma taking on SAE, Sigma Alpha Epsilon. Looking to find a winner after a long day of hockey here from Boss Ice Arena. It's all coming to a head. Puck wraps around the boards. Kicking forward into the neutral zone. And Marangola comes out of the goal, moves the puck along, still a chance, and it's out of play into the netting. For 4.5 minutes and ticking down left in the period. It's been a while since we've seen a penalty. I don't think we had one last game. As the puck's dropped back into play. And we'll slow it down once again for a face-off. Play in the neutral zone. Brought onto the attack, SAE with another look. And another stop made. Under 2.5 minutes to go in the period. And Declan Flynn had a shutout in game one, or game two, excuse me. Game one had 2 goals allowed, but then his offense picked him back up and got him 3 unanswered. Giving up 1 so far. That has SAE out in front. And Ryan Godfrey, hero the game before. Off to a good start here. As falling down the shot attempt, picked off and saved. And puck back into play with just over a minute to go in the period. And Koretsky with a great pass out in front for Mulhern. He weaves around Marangola and scores it. That's gotta hurt. Teammates, opponents here tonight. And Cap Sig ties up the game. Weaving around and burying it. It was a beautiful pass from the corner out in front, and then weave, score. And that's how you tie the game. So we're all even at the end of one, thanks to Shane Mulhern's last second score. 1-1. We'll be back with second period action here on the Fans Only Sports Network. Welcome back to the Fans Only Sports Network for the second period. We're all tied up 1-1. As right out of the gate, an early trip down the ice for SAE. And now a big collision into the boards. Players slow to get up, talking to one another as both make it back to their feet. We did have some physicality a couple games ago. Caused about a 3-minute delay, and nothing came of it after all of it. It was still Cap Sig on the ice. They're taking on TDX in that one. We might get the award for worst uniforms in this tournament. Straight up yellow jerseys, nothing to write home about, as Cap Sig, who might get the award for best uniforms with the save there. Declan Flynn grabs the puck. And we'll face it off again from the SAE attacking zone. At the wing, poked forward down the ice. Could be a 2-on-1 if they hurry, and can't control the pass. SAE takes away as Bishop tried to bring it in. Still available along the boards for Jack Ryan, now up to the blue line, going up high. Marangola stops the puck, and SAE gets the puck out of immediate danger through the neutral zone onto the attack. Save made by Declan Flynn. Under 8 minutes to go now in the second period. Shots on goal in favor of SAE, 10-9. Closely contested across all categories, as from the face-off, puck trickles all the way down the ice, and will be an icing. Eventually whistled for, with about 7.5 minutes to go. will take the attacking zone face-off now for SAE. Shot wide. Sigma Alpha Epsilon. See if we can get a goal here. Sigma Alpha, nope, almost. Just kind of will it in. A lot of crowd noise here after that sequence. But down into the attacking zone heads Cap Sig. And behind the goal, SAE looks to clear, bouncing up into the netting, out of play. From the face-off, quick shot from Cap Sig. Save made again by Marangola. Walking into Boss Ice Arena, I said, if any team has the URI men's hockey starting goaltender, I think they're my favorite. And SAE took down Thai, to get here, which was a bit of an upset. Thai side, geez. Came in as the second-seeded team, but I think it might have been a little disrespectful to this SAE squad as they take the lead, burying it past them. And SAE is jumping for joy once again. Ethan Cordero, the go-ahead goal. 5 minutes to go in the second period. So 4.5 minutes to go, a 2-1 lead for for SAE. Sig Cap working to get back here, and it's a breakaway chance. Pushed up the ice, 1-on-none, only the goalie to beat, and the puck was a little too wide as Declan Flynn was able to push it away. Never was able to get it fully in control. With 4 minutes to go now, puck will be covered up by Declan Flynn. SAE skater on the ice, talking to the referee, and we're getting a penalty here. Bad spot for that. So, a penalty creates a power play for SAE. So a 2-minute power play with 4 minutes to go in the second. Quick clearance from the penalty kill, but it's knocked down at center ice and carried along. Less than 4 to go here in the second period, and SAE taking the time behind the goal. They're on the power play, looking to break out. Forced to commit one way, now it's weaving back the other way. Skating forward, a chance for Cordero again, and this one offline. And Mulhern will do it himself again this time. He can't put it on track, and he stumbles into the boards on the other side. Almost a short-handed tying goal, but now a save made. Puck back up with Mulhern, who dumps it away. Under a minute to go now on the penalty kill. Marangola way out of goal. Puck up in the air, knocked down with less than 30 seconds to go on the penalty kill for Cap Sig. They'll take it into the attacking zone. Not much time to waste, and a stick ripped out of the hands, and Cap Sig wants the penalty. They won't get one. Now 10 seconds left, and it's a 3-on-2 in the attacking zone. Shot taken, blockered away off the glass behind the goal. We're back now to 5-on-5 action. Under 2 minutes to play. Another shot saved by Marangola. Marangola did not allow a goal in the Phi-Psi upset. Over a minute left to play in the second period. 1-goal game. Some of the most talented skaters for Rhode Island on the ice on either side. But Mulhern has made it clear that when he wants a goal, he'll get one. And now a penalty is coming up. Big collision. Big penalty with under a minute to play. SAE will jump back onto the power play. It's another penalty, this one on the captain, Cam Koretsky. Been a constant scoring threat all game long and all tournament long as well. Now going to be an aggressive penalty kill here with 35 seconds to go in the period. SAE playing keep away in their own end with Godfrey skating around behind Marangola. Now he'll wrap it back the other way. And 20 seconds to go in the period. Ten seconds to go. SAE serenading the Cap Sig fans as the clock expires. Everything flies into the air, and Sigma Alpha Epsilon takes in the victory here in the URI Frat Classic, surrounding Marangola, who was as perfect as you'd expect the men's hockey goaltender to be. He was everything that SAE needed him to be and more. And he helps bring home a 2-1 win for SAE. We'll take one more look at the bracket here. And your winner, SAE. Hard-fought tournament. Coming in as the 10th seeded team. I mean, with a roster like that, that's malpractice giving them a 10 seed. And they proved it here. Taking home the victory. And now we'll show them raising the trophy. This is what it was all for. That trophy right there. Winning the Frat Classic as Marangola holds it. SAE gets the job done from Boss Ice Arena and concludes our coverage of the URI Frat Classic Hockey Tournament. Sigma Alpha Epsilon brings home the 2-1 win in our championship against Kappa Sigma. And they'll enjoy that one. Plenty of bragging rights and a nice piece of hardware coming to SAE. That'll do it for our coverage here on the Fans Only Sports Network. On behalf of my cameraman, Ryan McNiff, I'm Charlie Adams saying thank you for watching. Your final 2-1 SAE takes it.